So the way it works is that things have to change in a relationship, right? People have to be flexible because, once you get married or you become in a committed relationship, changes occur. So what's interesting is that you said that men don't give their girlfriends or wives as much time, but then the men require that the woman continue to spoil him and nurture him the same way it was in the beginning.
Not true.
Hold on, brother. So men say what happens in relationships is that the woman, when she has a baby, the time that was normally given to him is now with the baby. And these are coming from men on this app. So you go debate lower, you go debate basically Black Jesus, Wolf, and all the motherfuckers. Because I'm telling you, from the men on this app, what they tell us is that the same way we were when we met you guys, y'all have trouble accepting that it cannot stay the same, because men like consistency. They like routine. They don't understand when a baby is born now, instead of your wife meeting you at the front door, she may be in the back room with the baby. Men on this app have told me that.
I agree.
Okay. So my thing is, now you're saying that men want, so if you agreeing, then what the fuck you just bring up?
No, the problem is you can't accept that men no longer giving you the attention you want. We have come to a point of agreement that we don't have no time to give it. You're the one who said we're starving you purposely.
I said we can be fine with that. But it's funny because y'all are not fine when shifts change, when things change, when circumstances change.
Ma'am, if the men just told you that we understand that we no longer have the time, you're the one not accepting that the fact, because you're the one who said we're purposely starving you.
Hold on, brother. Listen to what I'm saying.
That's not what she said. You completely misquoted her.
Yeah, he is. So listen to what I'm saying. You're saying that things have to change once the relationship, the two people get married or whatever, right? So she cannot require the same things he was giving her once the relationship is in full bloom, right? We can agree there. But men will still require the same thing in the beginning that he got in the beginning from her when the relationship is full bloom. That's what we're saying. So I think women would be okay with that. That you're out working. You're working 12 hours, 16 hours, 18 hours. But now understand that there's a fucking baby in the picture. Understand that I have to read to our children. Understand that I have prenatal, right? I have prenatal mood swings. Understand that I have postpartum depression. So I'm saying I believe women would understand where men are coming from if y'all understood us. But y'all want the same way we loved y'all in the honeymoon stage. Y'all get mad when we can't give it to you.
Can we ask the men to vote on that, please? That we don't understand that? Can the men chime in?
She just said.
No, listen, I told you who you gonna go talk to. I told you the people I got it from.
Okay, man.
So we're not gonna do it.
Gave you large creators that have whole panels talking about that exact topic. Like these are creators that have thousands of thousands.
It goes both ways.
Hold up, E-Dub.
I think y'all misinterpreting a minute.
Again,
I think y'all are misinterpreting a minute. If I'm misinterpreting you, you're misinterpreting a minute. Because I've never been around a group of men.
How are you interpreting anything when you're talking? How are you interpreting anything?
We don't care if our babies don't get taken care of by our wives. Because that's what you're basically saying. That a group of men is saying that, guess what? We don't want our wives to take care of our children. We want our wives to take care of us first. That's what you're saying?
Yes. If you were to listen instead of just talking and, like you said, comprehend.
I'm talking now. I'm making sure I understand.
You comprehending, but you're talking over me. You comprehending, but you're talking over me.
Ask the men that. Ask the men in that panel. Maybe I'm confused.
So, E-Dub, as a man, there's men.
I know I'm a female, but like y'all don't hear me speaking. Y'all like as a man. I'm in the middle of a sentence. It's crazy. Again, she's pointing out creators that have thousands of followers that create entire lives with thousands of men in the comments and hundreds of men in the panels saying that exact thing. So again, she's saying, if you believe that that is not true, go to those men and have that debate. I don't understand what the disconnect is. Like this is what we're talking about. Y'all love to, I understand. I comprehend. You don't, because you're in the middle of her trying to explain that very point. You was ready to have a rebuttal. You're not even listening to her try to explain to you the lives that this is going on in. She never said anybody in this panel. She specifically called out 3 large Black creators that do that exact thing. Like this is what we be talking about. Y'all so quick to respond and listen and argue and do all this other BS instead of actually listening to the conversation being had. And you're so ready to misinterpret and quote what she's about to say. She ain't even finished saying it, and you about to verbatim. You about to try to quote verbatim.
Dad,
She ain't even finished saying the point that she was making. This is what we be talking about.
Because I be on
This is what we be talking about.
You are misquoting the men to push your emotional agenda upon men because you don't want to.
You haven't seen the lives. How you know I'm misquoting?
Oh, shut up.
You've never seen the live. You see how insane that
Hold
sounds?
on. So I'm gonna just say this, E-Dub. What you rubbing dubbing at night? Because it don't seem like you like women. It does not seem like you like women.
Ma'am, I've been married 17 years, own several businesses.
Is she your
I'm
beard?
in a relationship now with a 2.5-year relationship. The problem is simple. You don't like when a man treats you equal as a man and give you the same respect.
You just told her to shut up.
Favor.
What
and when
respect?
I treat you
No.
with the same
Ain't no
respect you
respect.
want,
The host
the
was
equality
in
you
the
want.
host was in
When
the
I
middle of
sit
making
and
a
say the
point.
same things you say,
The
I
host was
misinterpret.
in the middle of making a point, and instead of sitting down and comprehending and listening, you talking about, so we can't give you the, what energy did she give y'all? I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the nicest panel I've seen Storyteller hold. If I'm gonna be real honest with y'all, I ain't seen her pop off at probably one person yet, and if she did, it was a tiny pop off. So for you to try to say that she's trying to give y'all, again, y'all must not know Storyteller. Y'all must not have been to these lives if you think that anybody's giving you any type of energy today, because I promise you that's not what's happening. Y'all,
man, I'm not giving you any type
I'm
of
not even done, and you ready to chime in. Y'all so quick to pick a fight instead of listening and comprehending the conversation. That's all y'all want to do. You want to pick a fight. Storyteller has, hold on, Ro. I'm almost done, I promise you. Storyteller has been nothing but concise. She shuts up. She lets y'all talk. She lets us go off.
Why are you the one
Storyteller
always
mutes up
chiming
to
in
tell
when they
us
got
what the hell
another
she needs.
panel
You
of the
see
five
how you
people?
understanding
Why are
anything,
you
and I'm
the
still
one
talking.
doing
How
that?
you understanding a damn thing?
See,
You talking over me, but you understand, right?
have male master.
Storyteller is sitting here doing the thing that she does best. She shuts up, she lets people talk, and then when Storyteller says her points, she is very, very clear and concise in the points that she makes. And if she wants to concede to a point, she concedes to it very gracefully. So for y'all to come up in here and try to do that BS as if she's trying to pick a fight with y'all when all she's doing in this panel is having honestly a very conducive conversation. It's again, this goes back into the y'all have no decorum. You guys are menaces. Y'all have no decorum. You don't know how to have conversations. You don't know how to This is exactly the crap.
Ma'am, you don't know how to have a conversation. Anytime somebody disagrees, you've been popping off for 5 minutes. How's that decorum?
Hold on, Lex. Go ahead, E-Dub. What's your point? Because so you told her to shut up, and then you went on mute.
I understand. That's my apologies. That's how I speak to men with the same energy. That's my apologies. I apologize about that. I thought I muted myself.
Yeah, I'm just not used.
That's me. I apologize about that. But my point is simple.
Rolling like that.
Talking.
I agree. My apologies.
What we're talking about is right now.
My
Instead
apologies.
of listening,
My
you're too busy apologizing. Don't apologize. Just be quiet and listen to her. Just listen to her.
Listen to what I'm saying here. The problem is when I disagree with the points you made, right? And I say you misquoted men.
No. E-Dub. No. I keep saying no. I am trying to be nice, right? So I'm gonna say this. Back to your point, I said I think most women, and I agree, most women would understand that a man has to work 9, 10, 11, 12, up to 16 hours. If men took into consideration how tired we are around the house, how we have to go to school and work, how we're exhausted from going to work and then coming home and having to tend to the kids. If the energy and grace was reciprocated, I believe women would be more understanding. But I think what happens is men say, well, I work 12 hours and I want you to come home. And when I come home, I want you to still slap me. I still want you to, go get your manganese on. And if a woman tells you she's tired, y'all don't understand that. So I agree to what you said. But like I say, if it's not reciprocated, then if I was a woman, I wouldn't understand either. I would text you 6 times a day, just like you bother me when I'm home at night trying to read and you want me to slap. I would text you just to be deliberate, just to be an asshole. What you doing? That's just me. That's just me. But go ahead.
How's that a healthy relationship then?
I said that's what I would do. I didn't say it would be healthy. I would understand I'm doing this shit out of spite. Now, I have no problem owning my shit. I don't know about nobody else, but I return fire, rapid fire.
And that's what I'm saying. Well, then you lack the ability to give emotional equality.
This is not about me.
And this is why there's a problem in relationships.
This is not
So
about me,
you've just been nothing but emotional since you've gotten up here. All you've been is emotional. You told her shut up out of emotion.
He sure did. Damn.
You know, I mean, I need you to get in touch with to understand one thing. Stop pointing the finger and saying somebody else is emotional when you're the one being emotional. You know, just sit with that.
Decided
You
about
can't
these
you can't
topics.
even you can't even stay muted when the host is asking you to stay muted and talk. You're the one being emotional up here. And you married. You
Didn't
talking to a bunch
do
of
that?
single
Didn't
women
Lux just came
married
off of mute and
being
talk to
that
me?
angry.
Why is
Being
it that
that
when
angry.
I do it and I give you the same energy back, I'm getting
Because well then y'all say that don't y'all say y'all the men, you just got up here talking about patriarchy and all this other kind of
I
stuff.
say patriarchy is
Apparently
open to
apparently you
everybody.
don't
You,
apparently
me,
you
and
don't
everybody.
understand
Oh
apparently you
my
don't
God,
understand patriarchy
mute.
either. You don't understand patriarchy.
How are we?
You're
Hold
hollering
on.
about
So
being leaders and can't lead shit.
how are we going to have a?
Well,
Hold on, Dub. What kind of conversation do you want this to be? Because we're trying to have a back and forth, and I also have to hear from Don.
I
So
want the conversation to be between me and you, ma'am, not Lux, who chimed in
okay,
and
don't worry
attacked
about her.
me,
What kind
not
of
Rose,
conversation?
who chimed in and attacked me.
Right. I
I
told you.
just
I
was
told
giving
you
you
what
the
I thought
same
about the
energy back
first
and
thing you
forth.
said regarding patriarchy. What did you mean about patriarchy? You said that
The
women
problem
were
is, as I say, is patriarchy is open to everybody.
right.
It's not a system that's just for men.
Hmm.
It's open to anybody who wants to participate.
Right.
The problem is certain people want to get in patriarchy and they want privileges. You don't want to get it out the mud,
So
right?
okay.
So when you're not trying to get it out the mud and you want special privileges like Lux and Ms. Rogue up there, right?
Mhm.
And when you greet a man with certain
What
energy and he
special
greets you
privileges
back with
do
the
I want?
same energy, right?
Hold on, guys.
When he
Well
greets you back
he
with the
called me out.
same energy,
Yo,
right?
sis, hold on a minute. Let me
Then
finish.
you get upset because you got the same energy you put back forward. Because patriarchy doesn't see sex, patriarchy doesn't see race, patriarchy doesn't see anything but energy. So at the end of the day, when you get the energy back that you put into it, you're going to get what you're supposed to get out of it. The problem is people want to skip steps throughout the patriarchy system. Like
Right.
I told you, I was hung around a group of women who was very independent, and to me, they act just like men. Masculine, I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna buy. Don't say shit. I'm in charge. It is what it is. They got it out the mud themselves. They didn't skip any steps. They went into the system, got what they wanted, and came out of it. It seems as though in these panels that you're trying to skip steps. You emotionally
Y'all tap the screen,
manipulating to
please.
get
Y'all
to the
tap the
next step.
screen.
And that's why I end that. I land my plane.
Yeah, y'all tap the screen. So so on a panel, we are trying to skip steps by what? By what?
Emotionally manipulating. In other words, if I can get a man to emotionally manipulate him to get what I want, that
On
way
a
I
panel?
force and get it myself. In
On a
other words,
panel?
who really want is lifestyle. The
So
problem
you're
is
saying on
every
a
man is
panel
a
though.
provider.
You're saying on a panel though.
Right. I'm saying what I'm saying is that people on the every man is a provider. We're not talking about providing if a man has a house, a kid. What we're talking about is lifestyle. And what women are trying to do, technically, in my mind, you're trying to get a lifestyle off because you can't get it yourself. In other words, you can't go in the mud and get it yourself to get the lifestyle you want. The thing is to emotionally manipulate and then say, guess what? Men should be doing this. Men should be doing that. No, nobody has to do anything. It's all choice. Nobody's forcing anybody to do anything. Nobody's forcing you to
So I
participate.
agree with that. So I agree with some of it. So some of it is so I agree. Nobody has to do anything. Once
Right.
we
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
what, but if we make a commitment, then I expect the two people in a relationship to adhere to the terms of their agreement, right? Also, if we're going to keep that mind state, if we're going to think like that, we shouldn't be producing kids.
clock it.
I agree with some of what you said, but like
Why can I ask a question? Why shouldn't we be producing kids? Explain.
because it's going because if you don't feel like you have to do anything, it's going to trickle down to the way y'all feel about the kids. That's when people start getting petty in divorces. That's when people start using kids as pawns because both people really feel like I ain't got to do shit. I would do it. So
But it doesn't.
so let me tell you how I understand human nature. If
Go ahead.
I would do it, I understand how other motherfuckers would. I choose not to do a lot of shit, but when I tell you I would do a lot of the shit that I be seeing women do, I would do it. I choose not to do it. But I can see how if both people feel like I ain't gotta do shit, that means the kids. I ain't gotta make it easy for you to fucking see your kids. Who the fuck you think you are? That's what I would think, right?
That's
So
what
that's
women
why I
doing
say,
anyway.
listen, you asked me why did I think we should not have kids? Because like I say, it will trickle down to the way we treat the kids to answer your question.
Well,
It's unhealthy. Go ahead.
yeah, all right. I would honestly have to disagree with you then. It doesn't have to end with the kids. It can be between just me and you. If you're not emotionally enough to handle the situation, yes, it will trickle down to the kids.
Yeah.
But if you're emotional enough to keep it between the two of you, because nobody is forcing any, everybody can check out a relationship when they want to check out.
Right.
There's nobody forcing anybody to stay.
Right.
Right? So if nobody's forcing you to stay, I don't understand how we get to these conversations of saying somebody's been treating me wrong for so long. You could just check out.
All I'm gonna say is if we keep, so I disagree. I mean, like I say, I agree with some of what you're saying. The rest of it, I don't. But most people, when a breakup happens, that is when all emotional maturity go out the window. I think it's unrealistic for us to believe that just because me and you broke up, I am not going to harm the kids. I am not going to use them as a pawn. I think we do ourselves a disservice to believe that shit. When people break up, they don't like you. They want nothing to do with you. They don't like your mother. They don't like your father. They don't like your lineage. They wish y'all motherfuckers stop breathing. I don't know why we think when people don't like each other, that's when they're going to make the best decisions. It's disturbing that we look at how we treat people that we don't like. So if me and you broke up, you think I'm going to make it easy for you to come see these kids? You can never take that check to the fucking bank and cash it. I will be your worst nightmare.
But
Take me
ma'am,
to
that's
court.
your choice though. You don't have to do
But
that.
what I'm saying is most people is like that. Most
But
people are
why
like
are
that.
you like that? That's the
Listen,
thing you need to change,
no,
ma'am.
I don't.
That's
It's
the
a
problem. You don't want
narcissistic
to make any
society.
changes
I
or
don't make the
adjustment to
rules.
you.
I don't make the
No.
rules.
But you are society to the rules.
Listen, I don't make the rules. I'm telling you how most people think. I would not do those things. I've just said that about myself. But I understand why and when people do. It's the society, it's the way the system is set up. Right? So again, I think we should stop expecting people to show their best behavior when a breakup occurs. That's all I'm saying. Why people do it? It's the system. We reward this shit. We love it when people do this shit. We do. It makes great reality television.
Maybe I'm just having a hard time understanding why are people subscribing to narcissistic behavior, patting people on the back and saying it's okay, and then acting like when somebody stands up against it, they the problem.
Look, all I said was if we're going to have that mind frame, we shouldn't bring kids into it. You said no, we should. And I said, okay, well, if you do that, just understand this. You have your own argument. I'm not about to get into it. I just feel like that's the system. I'm not trying to go against the system. I wouldn't do a lot of shit, but I understand why people do shit. I definitely do. So that's all I'm saying. But
I think,
listen, hold on. We have to hear from Tara. I'm sorry, Don. We have to hear from Don and then Charmaine.
Can I reply? Because he called me out.
Hold on. Tara, Don.
Just let everybody go first because I know you want to cook him. I know you do. I love you.
So
I'll
you
go.
call Rogue out. So Rogue is about to Rogue, Tara, and then Don.
Add me to the end of that list, please. Add me to the end of that list. Thank you.
Yeah, sis, cook him. Go ahead.
Well, this is exactly what I'm talking about. He's trying to understand why people are so narcissistic, not realizing that the patriarchy is a narcissistic system, just like racism. That's what it is.
It really is.
And he set up here, gave this definition of what patriarchy is that really isn't patriarchy. That's not what patriarchy is. Patriarchy is just a society with having a preference over men and censoring men. That is what patriarchy is. So if those women got it out of the mud, like Black women have always been doing, getting it out of the mud in a patriarchal system and a racial system, then she's masculine. She's masculine then. Funny how that happens the same time we got drizzle going on, but we ain't gonna even get on that. As far as he's concerned, He's sitting up here talking about people being emotional, talking about folks being a problem, and ain't understanding that he's a part of the problem. He the problem. You're the problem. That's why you can't figure it out, because you can't look in the mirror and say, God damn, I was wrong. That's why you can't figure out the problem. It's you. Look in that mirror. See you as you are. Yeah, you ugly. Not on the outside. I don't know what you look like. I'm talking about inside. Inside. That inner man. That motherfucker ugly. Because you don't understand anything. These women are trying to sit up here and tell you, but you gonna try to tell us, yell at us. Say we emotional while at the same time flipping out about the smallest shit. About her saying, she stay whole long. You tell her, look, shit it, like you're like 12 or something. You being emotional. Maybe you should stop, take a deep breath, put on your big boy pants, let them nuts drop, and then maybe you'll feel a little bit better.
Was Tara next?
Can I say something?
I will say this. I will say this. That was the most talking I have heard. This motherfucker talks so much. I'm talking about, I don't know how a woman could be in a home with somebody like that. 17 years, he said. I would have been walked out on you. The way you talk, I would have not even walked out. I just laugh at people like you because I think you're funny, right? And I already said, and I meant when I said who you rubbing at night, because I really don't think you working with our team. I don't think you like anything about fucking women. Because, brother, you talk like you can, I swear to God you do. And if nobody has told you that, that's a compliment. That is a fucking compliment. Because, baby, the way you just talk, baby, that's just shit. My nuts, I ain't got nuts, but I know they hang bigger than yours. I know them. Because, baby, honey, like I said, you can be in New York. You got to put on your own fucking show the way you talk.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Oh, I know how to pay a compliment, baby, because I'm like, you ain't no way you were one of us.
Thank you.
Is Tara next?
Thank you.
You're welcome. That was a lot.
So can I just start saying that I'm not talking about anybody here, so please don't interrupt me.
That was a lot.
So I'm just going to say, like, I really feel like healing is knowing the case study when you see it, right? And I do realize the men are coming up centering themselves. Unfortunately, they didn't address the part that the queen is the most powerful piece.
That's why he came up here.
So let me
He's like, move on over, girls.
I'm gonna get back to that, but I want to say something real quick, right? Because men perform and they project, right? So when they say stuff like you hear the song "They Don't Want to Be Saved," they talking about themselves, right? So again, this is a case study. Don't think you can save is a case study, okay? And then at the same time, Rogue mentioned earlier how the guys was reading the game. Like all the books we tell these dudes to read, and they go read the game. Okay, all right. But they perform earlier. I was telling y'all how they developmentally delayed. But the reason they perform is because they don't have esteem. You need esteem to have confidence to build a self-image. And when you don't have that, you look around for other people to give you what you're supposed to do. So masculinity is literally a performance, right? And they get that from each other. And because they pretend so much, because they have low self-esteem. They have low self-esteem. So I'm going to tell y'all a couple of things I heard to kind of confirm it. One person said, she said I was perfect, right? Not you thought that, but she said that because you wanted us to know that she said that. We all know she didn't say that, okay? Another one said, a lot of men need women to be their mothers. Not me, though, but again, projection. We know how projection works, right? I know we had somebody else who came here and want to tear women down. We don't need y'all. Right. And then we also have the claiming they're doing so much. I'm doing this. I'm going to work. I'm pushing chairs and I'm closing doors. I'm turning doorknobs. Come on, man. We work too. We know how to go. Again, it's trying to tear you down. Right. All they doing is manipulation. That's all they know is manipulation because they ain't got nothing else.
Y'all do me a favor and tap the screen, please. Tap the screen. We almost at 2K. 200K. Thank you, guys.
So I just want to just say this last thing that the queen can be sacrificed, right? But when the queen is gone, the whole power dynamics on the board shifts, right? Everybody's on edge. You sweating at that point. You like, how am I going to get out of this? Because we know that the queen is what was controlling the board. That's why when you get your pawns at the other side, you want to change it for a queen. And I think what the problem is, the queen is the most powerful, and the king is weak. He can't move much further than a pawn. He can just move a couple directions. The problem is that the queen thought she needed to protect the king instead of just going by her own way. And that's why they want to tear you down, because they want to keep you. They want to say something to get you to manipulate so you won't leave, because they need you. They need you so bad. They're going to try to tear you down because their biggest fear that you just going to leave. They're terrified of that. Like we see, I keep saying at late at night when I'm on here, I keep saying it's the lonely man epidemic. Y'all be on here looking for any type of attention, any type of attention. It's sad. I used to teach, and I already knew this child came in misbehaving because they wanted the attention. It's all about the attention. So just keep that in mind. And Story, it's not lost on me. You got your picture right over top of that queen king left down. So I just wanted to say that.
Listen, it's not lost on anybody. People know what I do. I don't make my moves silent. I'm here. What's up? What's up? If you know chess, you know chess.
So I'm gonna drop down, but y'all enjoy the rest of the case study. Thanks for having me up.
Bye, Tara.
Bye, Tara. Go ahead, Don.
Hey, how you doing, storyteller? I haven't seen you in about a week or so. I don't know. I was like, I don't know what's going on. Did
Yeah, I haven't been
page
here.
get reported?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How's everybody doing? Uh, I mean, like you say, it's true. Like you say, of course, we know the queen, most powerful thing on the board. I think the word need triggers people, right? Like the word need doesn't bother me, right? Like I know what I need, right? Like in hey, I'm not afraid to say, yeah, I do need a woman in my life. That's a good woman. See, like I think when men we hear the word need, we think of the worst situation instead of me sitting down and realizing what I need. I need good things. I need healthy things,
Wow.
and the things we chase. So I think the word need might be too powerful, too strong of a
He might have got a phone call he had to take. So we're gonna hear. Are you back, Don? Don, we can't hear you if you're back. So if you are back, because your mic is off, you can go into like Facebook or Instagram and then come back here real quick. Go ahead, Lux, until he come back, and then we're gonna have to hear from
Oh, I think he's back. Are you back, Don? Rafael? No? Okay. Yeah, I'll just go since he's not here. Yeah, again, y'all keep proving the point. It's just it's just surprising to me because we talk about like bringing up things like energy and decorum and responsibility and accountability, but at the same time not knowing how to have a conversation, not knowing how to listen. Like when Miss Storyteller, and this is what I've noticed about you, Miss Storyteller, you really do let, even before Vanity came up to this panel, you really do let people have their minute, you let people have their time to explain whatever it is, even if you wholeheartedly disagree. You're super respectful in that term, so it just blows me when people try to say things like, "Oh, we're returning the." Y'all must have never seen Storyteller pop off. That's my thing for real. Y'all must have never seen this woman pop off at people, and she doesn't need to until you exhibit that energy first. She's been able to hold that for a long ass time. That's why a lot of us enjoy her lives. That's why she be having averaging 400, 500, 600 people in her lives all the time, because she's able to hold the conversation whether she disagrees or not. And I just really need the people who like to scream decorum and respect and everything else to just have that same unity and desire for everybody else. When you get on TikTok and somebody's holding a panel, is they panel. Let them run they shit how they run they crap, because it's not your panel. And that's not to be like, oh, you literally have the ability to go run a live right now about any topic you want. Have run it however the hell. And a lot of my favorite creators, they go, you can screenshot my topic and take it for yourself. I'm not saying Miss Storyteller say that specifically, but they'll tell y'all can screenshot it and take it for yourselves and go do it. They don't want no credit. But y'all want to come into other people's lives, tell them how to run things, and then demand that they give you respect in their space and not reciprocate that action to them. It's weird. It's how you guys do shit in your livelihoods. It's how you treat your wives. It's how you treat your kids. It's the reason, like Tara was saying, it's the reason there's a male loneliness epidemic. There's a reason when you go to these group homes, there's a reason why the dudes that are sitting in the group homes and in these retirement homes don't have nobody visiting them. They don't have no community because they think things like that are appropriate. They think they demand that respect in that aspect. They don't want to give it to nobody else. And then y'all are surprised when y'all are the most dying alone in nursing homes. Y'all are surprised when people don't want to get married, when people want to create 4B movements, when people want to do all these other things. You guys act shocked and like you didn't see it coming. Again, Tara said it's a case study. Like, look at your own behaviors and it's right in front of you. The answers to all the questions y'all got. Why do people do this? Why do people do that? It's right in front of you. The second point, and this is my last point, to come into a place and say patriarchy. I don't know if we just don't understand the definitions of words. To say patriarchy has nothing to do with race or gender is absolutely insane. To try to tell me the same system that is using Black bodies to imprison you guys so that they can get free labor because as a prisoner, you are not considered a citizen with rights, to try to tell me that same system does not care if you're a man or a woman or if you're Black or if you're white or it's, what are we talking? I think we don't understand the definitions of words. We hear them, they sound good. They try to make they make our argument sound pretty. And then we just say them and we repeat them out loud instead of actually looking at like the definitions of words. It's kind of like, it's concerning. Because y'all will sit up here and talk about books like The Game and books like 48 Laws of Power, and all these other books that I've read a lot of these books, mind you. Y'all will read these things front and back, page to page, cover to cover. Y'all know who the author is. But you don't read definitions of anything else. You don't have any other literature. You guys don't read up on anything. If you have a question about a study, you Google it for 2 seconds, you read the first paragraph, and you move on. You don't even know when the site was when the study was cited. You can't tell who wrote the study. You see a .com or here's the thing, y'all think just because it's .org is .org. The .org you have who be writing the articles, and you still can't tell us. So like, it's just, I just need us to be real, just listen to what y'all are saying. Like when Vanity come up here and tell us to listen to y'all, I need y'all to listen to y'all. Because I think that's the issue. I think y'all not listening to y'all. And I'm going to leave it there.
So E-Dub, Vanity, Big, and then Dazzle.
First of all, thank you for letting me on your live today. I was a little excited. I'm not emotional though. I do that sometimes. I do apologize if I offended anybody in the panel. Not my purpose at all. I just do that. Okay. First of all, I think the problem is that you're getting mad at the infantry when you're the sniper, right? So I get when people say quorum and all that, I get that. But the problem is that you're a sniper. And then when the infantry comes in and do the same thing you're doing, you're mad because he's just doing it louder, or that person is doing louder, the same activity that you are doing. And that's my problem. I'm just the infantry and you're the sniper. We're both doing the same thing. The behaviors are the same. And you just can't get past the point of seeing the behaviors as the same. We're not better. We're doing the same thing. That's it. And I think that's the problem here. This was causing a war. We don't see our behaviors as the same. You're seeing your behaviors as better than me. And I'm telling you, you're doing what I'm doing. You're just doing it from the top of the roof. Nice and quiet. You're sneaking around. Y'all doing little in the windows or whatever you want to call it. And then when somebody gets upset about it, or tells you straight to face in an introvert type form or straightforward or gets a little loud with you, all of a sudden, dead aggressive. I didn't do nothing. Let me get behind my wall. You see him, huh? You see him, huh? Ma'am, it's the same thing. I'm not telling you I'm better than you. I'm telling you, you're doing the same thing I'm doing. Just see it for what it is. See the value in it. When you get to that point, then we can have a decent conversation on change. But long as you think your behavior is better than my behavior, that's a problem. And
I don't think women think their behavior is better. And this is just my opinion. I don't think women think their behavior is better. I think men cause a lot of the way women behave. And the issue becomes men have many blind spots. And when you start to reveal their blind spots, they say, no, that's not a blind spot. Right. So it becomes this thing where I cannot tell you who you are because you don't want to hear it. And most men, if you say that to most men, they'll say, yeah. Right. That's why I can have a conversation with honest men. Men will say, yeah, we don't be wanting to fucking hear that shit. That's what I need to hear from men. I don't like men who be like, yeah, you could tell us, but you got to watch your tone. I like men who say, listen, the way I grew up, women knew their place. We don't want to hear shit. When we come home at the end of the day, we don't want to hear shit. We want a meal. We want our beer. We want to sit on the television. We want to watch our game. We want to make love to the wife before we go to bed. Because that is the truth. I think what happens in a lot of these conversations is that when men want to say it, but a lot of them don't have the courage to just come out and say, shut the fuck up, women. Right? But I can respect a man who says that. So the men who don't have courage tend to be like, no, we don't mind. You just got to watch your tone. We don't mind what you wear, but if I correct what you wear, you got to go in the bedroom and change it. Just say, no, we want full control of our home. We want to tell you where to go, what to wear, how to style your hair. We want to tell you how to talk to us. Say that. Because if not, then it just becomes this back and forth, right? If a man can't be honest, then we can't move forward. Men, that's the way I'm looking at it. I don't think
Can
it's
I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
So do you believe that men can do, I agree with you that men don't like to hit. Do you believe that women like to hit, or we have the space to honestly to speak how we feel? Like if I just came, like I came at you hard, kind of, I do that. I just how I'd like to do sometimes. I came at you hard when the debate was going on, right? And everybody said, oh, I can't believe he did that for 17 years, right? And I was like, but hold up. It's not that what I was saying was untruthful, right? It had, like you said, it had some valid points. The problem was I came in as the infantry. I came in loud. Women automatically, not all, some, let me write my words here, I'm sorry. Some women automatically see that as offense instead of listening to the words. That's why I said it's a sniper type thing. We're both doing the same thing. We just have to come to a common ground to see where we both are doing it and how can we get along and change both of our behaviors. Not saying that men doing it and I'm not doing it.
Right. So I'm not all women, but I will say men will have to be honest about it then. Because I think when you ask me, do women see their blind spots? The reason I'm going to say yes, hear me out, is because when a woman breaks up or leaves a relationship, she was the one who tended to contort herself in the relationship. Women tend to blame themselves when their relationships go bad, when she can't make a marriage work, if her baby father leave her, if her boyfriend leave her. When you talk to her, not the dude, but her friends, she'll say, I was trying this. I tried to get us in therapy. I tried doing couples yoga with him. She'll tell you things she tried to do, which is why I think women are more open to making things work, cooperating with men than vice versa. If the man friends ask him, did you try? He'll say, yeah. When you say, what did you try to do? Because I've done this on this app and in real life as well. What did you try to do? Men don't know. Men, because they don't know. They don't feel like they have to do anything to be in a cooperation with anybody. So that's when you'll see resistance from men. What do you mean that and you just be like, well, did you try that? Man, she don't like, and it just becomes, okay, you didn't try. And it's okay that you did not know how to salvage a relationship, but stop saying you tried. So I think to answer your question, I don't think it applies to women because most women try a lot of shit to make relationships work.
Okay. This is my last rebuttal to that, right? And I know you got to move on. It's not that men, because I like I said, I have brothers who've been married.
Can I say something? Because he's been talking a lot, story.
I'm sorry, go right ahead.
Because you came up here and that was a lie when you're talking about when you're trying to paint yourself as the victim now. So here's the thing: if you're gonna come into it, you should have sent your diplomat. You said you came in like the infantry. Well, yeah, when you send in your infantry, you're in all-out war. So why wouldn't we snipe you?
Thanks.
Huh? Why wouldn't we snipe you? You sent in your infantry instead of sending in your diplomat.
I was listening to you. You
just said. Now you're trying to act like you didn't say what you just said. Did you not just say you came in, you were the infantry.
I
Did
just
you not just say that?
Yeah, you just said you only was sniping because I came in at the infantry, and I just
Because
let
you
you know
said
you
I
were
came in as an
sniping
infantry
before
and
I
y'all started
came
sniping at
in.
me. That's what I'm talking about. That's that weak shit we be talking about. You want to
Man, it's
come
no
in and
weak
throw
shit here.
rocks.
I'm
You want
telling
to
you
come
what it
in and throw
is.
rocks. Hold on.
Go
You
ahead.
want to come in and throw rocks. Then when we throw them back at you, then you want to get mad, just like you did now. You just sat there and said you came in as the infantry when you should have came in as the diplomat. Heck yeah, we gonna snipe. We gonna snipe all day long if that's what we doing. And you deserve to get sniped because you came in stupid. I'm done now, story. Drizzle, drizzle.
Go ahead. I told you I'm gonna have to steal that. I like that. Go ahead, Edub, and then we got to hear from Vanity. Were you done?
Hannah, the problem is, ma'am, let me just be honest with you. You don't know how to hold a relationship then. At times, there's going to be times where you have needs. There's going to be times where I have needs. There's other times where you're going to snipe and I'm going to have to play diplomat. There's time I'm going to come in at the infantry and you're going to have to play diplomat, ma'am. If you lack the ability in a relationship to manage both, just say that. If you're going to act how I act all the time, just say you don't know how to manage your emotions too.
Dude, that's you.
Yeah, we could
That's
both say
you.
that.
You've
But
been
don't
doing
just
that
say
this
it's me,
whole
ma'am.
time. That's
Don't say
you.
it's just me.
It
It's
is
you
just you.
also. Say it's
You
you also.
jumped
Let me
on
hear it.
Lux too.
Take some
Wait,
accountability.
Miss
Take some
Storyteller.
accountability. Let me hear you say it, because I'm going to say it's me.
So
Now let me
hold
hear you
on.
say
So
it.
hold on.
That's what I thought.
So hold on. In a relationship, I do feel like men snipe and they come in as infantry. Because I noticed that y'all are more fragile. Your egos are more fragile than women. So I do believe in a relationship, because he said in a relationship, y'all come in as both, and women can alchemize their energy, right? Y'all come in the house from being with white people all day. You're frustrated with the white T man at your job. You bark orders. Women will look if you black, women give you a look like back the fuck up and go about her way, go about her business. So in a relationship, I still think women can handle a lot of y'all emotions than vice versa. If we say anything to you guys fucking lose your mind.
Yeah.
Anything.
Miss Storyteller, I want to point out how the way, like, because I don't like when people try to change narratives of things, right? Let's talk about what initially happened, because we're not going to turn this to a long thing, but let's talk about what initially happened. Miss Storyteller was telling us about how, and we've all seen the lives, if we've passed by the lives, these red pill men that have an opinion about how women that do not take care of their men once they have babies. That was the entirety point. That was the entire point that brought up this entire conversation. Miss Storyteller was not rude. She was not disrespectful. She didn't come out as a sniper. She was having a respectful conversation. And E-dubs, when we all went and tried to explain that, well, especially me, when I went to try to explain and clarify what she was saying, because you were misquoting her and taking it wrong, you try to make it seem as if we came out the gate and attacked you. That's not what happened. Miss Storyteller was because let's start it off. You didn't come onto this panel and address any of us. You addressed the host. The host was talking to you. She was having a conversation. When we went and clarified what she was saying for you, because instead of listening, which was my entire first sentence and first point, instead of listening to comprehend and listening to the point she was making, you were ready to negate what she said. And you literally have never seen, or you from what we've heard, you haven't seen the lives, but you were ready to negate what was said in the lives when we were trying to tell you these men have thousands of viewers and hundreds of people in their panels daily talking about these exact subjects. And now you try to turn it and make yourself the victim and try to do well, when you come in as a sniper, nobody did that to you. I dislike when you guys come in and try to push a narrative that wasn't being made. That's not the narrative that was being made. And you in the comments talking about she didn't need your help. Obviously I do, because again, you came in here and you try to make it seem as if Miss Storyteller had a live of women coming in here and attacking you, when that's not what happened. What initially happened actually was you being disrespectful to the host. While she was talking and trying to make a point, you continuously talked over her. You continuously had no regard for her, the space that she created for herself and other people. You continuously tried to make it seem as if this was your panel, not hers. And then when we called you out for it, when we clocked it in real time, you try to turn it around and make it seem as if we came out of the gate. The only person we were having a conducive conversation, everyone else was muted. Everyone was going one at a time. So for you to try to come in and try to turn it on as if the women came up here and did this is what we're talking about. You guys try to pick apart things so that you can validate your rudeness and disrespectfulness to women and other people. That was basically you trying to. So if we would have went with the rhetoric that you went and I never said nothing, we would have, everybody in these panels, these 400 people in here would have thought that we jumped on you behind and said nothing to you, and that's not what happened. So this is what we're talking about.
I don't want any, so we're gonna go to vanity, but I don't want any of the women up here to apologize. You say so take accountability. I will take accountability. I will say that when I started hitting you with the underhanded remarks, questioning who you were as a man, that was wrong. I have no problem saying that. I should have just kept it on board. But because you would not be quiet, that is what I resorted to. I was wrong though. So I have no problem saying I was wrong. It didn't matter what you resorted to. I should have kept my calm. I could have also dropped you. So I really have no problem. When I'm wrong in something, I know I'll be wrong. Right? So I don't want, that's the only accountability you're going to get from anybody up here.
Yeah, because I'm not apologizing. I meant every damn thing I said.
I just wanted to point out what was actually the conversation and what was going on versus what was being conveyed, because it wasn't true. I just wanted to point that out. It wasn't true.
Right. So go ahead, Vanity. You better jump in.
Oakley dokley. Yep, so I'm back again. And so earlier when I came up and everything, and I said, you have to let them speak so you could hear who they are. And so there's levels to this, right? Because the guy who said he was on the bus, right? He was a low-level dude. You could tell he had no elocution, everything like that. And everybody sat on silent. And I was so proud of you. I actually requested up to tell y'all, yep, that's exactly what I mean. That's how you do it. Proud of you ladies. Y'all did it. Then if anybody had caught him in all the other lies, and you see how he keep getting hype and hype and hype and everything when everybody starts chiming in. But because everybody sat silent, y'all could literally hear in his voice as he was deflating. Compared to all the other places you might have seen him, you could see him deflate because y'all weren't giving him the energy he was trying to feed off of. And then there was another one who was doing something similar. Y'all sat on silent. And once again, there was also deflating them. This is where I say there's levels to this. So somebody who's a little bit more intelligent than him and actually has some elocution, so y'all knew he wasn't, quite the idiot as the other two were. Because he's a little bit more intelligent and a little bit better at his manipulation tactics and stuff like that, y'all came out the frame and everything like that. So I actually did my request because I was like, damn it, y'all almost had it. But as I said, it took me decades to do it, so I'm not shitting on all y'all, because like I said, it took me decades to learn how to not to do that. But this is just me coming up to say, hey, look, this is the difference between when you're dealing with, the subterranean level, and then, we came up to maybe trenches level because they up in here calling themselves infantry and everything like that. And yes, the intent was to come here for warfare because they eat that energy. It's a form of vampirism. They're going to eat that energy. So now you all see what the next level is that you have to work on, because Story had it and everything, and I understand the want to jump in and be the shield maiden, to put out the shield for her and everything like that, because he was hella disrespectful, and he was hella it was absolutely disgusting and everything like that. But she had it. So now you all know what's the next level you have to work on when it comes to these. And then one day, you'll be able to get up to master manipulation level and just sit there and be like, and hear that. So just wanted to come up and say that. Y'all did good on the first two. Now you know the next level. Work on the next one.
Yeah, it took me years to get here. It really did. But to be honest, I used to, when she talk about the black Muslim Bushido, and black woman blow your trumpet, and it was a few other blogs that I used to read back in the day. It really taught me how to value myself, how to value my opinion. It also taught me that a lot of black men don't have our best interests at heart. and then how to assess a situation. But this was years in the making. But I give all shout outs to Khadijah because she played a monumental role in my life. Go ahead, big hands. I almost called you Big Homie because it is somebody on this app who go by Big Homie, but you're not him. Go ahead.
Cool. I know. So, one, I do think women are powerful. I feel like as a man in a relationship, the man's supposed to be the lead. We the tough guys. We the strengths. But other than God, the woman should be the only person we kneel to. Like, we should kiss the ground that a woman walk on. That's how I feel. Because you was right. When I was with my ex, she took care of all the stuff like making doctor's appointments and stuff like that. I didn't do that stuff. I don't like the fact that we as men, we put ourselves in the category of just providers. I hear men say that about ourselves more than women. Soon as we get on a conversation, like even with E-Dub, he started off saying that we will wine and dine you, and then we have to take on, notes and all this, and then that stuff going to stop. But it's like, why? For me, it's like women do the same thing too. Women still go to school, they work, so but they still take care of kids and stuff like that. We get a stuffy nose and we turn to babies. Women get sick, they still take care of the kids. They still get up and get them ready for school and stuff like that. And I have a big respect for women because my sons live with me. So even though right now I'm sick, I still got to make sure I take care of home. So I have a big respect for women who do that stuff. So that's I just wanted to say that.
Okay, so then we got Dazzle and then Charmaine and then Snow Black.
Hi, everybody. Look, I mean, I know I joined late, but I've been listening to a little bit of it. And a big handsome. I agree with some of what you said, not all of it, obviously. I mean, but I want to stay on the topic, right? And I missed the whole thing with like E-Dub and, that whole conversation. But I just want to make sure I understand what this topic is about. You're saying in relationships, women are the most powerful beings, right? And the guy lost his role or whatever. So I just wanted to clarify exactly what that means, because the way I'm understanding it is, first of all, I hear a lot of women say there are no gender roles and we should take that out of the picture when it comes to relationships. And then you got people that believe in God, and I guess there's people in here that believe in, God, and they go by what the Bible says. I'm not religious, so I just put that out there. And then you got women that act entitled, and big handsome. What I said I disagree with you was on the fact that you said you kiss the ground that women walk on. Nothing wrong with that, but I personally would not do that. My thing is a woman has to earn the respect, and I believe I have to earn the same respect from a woman, right? And that's why I don't believe in the initial, opening a door, and all this other stuff. Like, to me, if I start off strong, I mean, like, there's no going down from there. I either maintain that level of strongness, or because the only way is up, That's how I see it anyways. So at the end of the day, I'm not here to win an argument, right? I'm just trying to understand what this is about. Like, the queen can be the strong woman in the relationship. At the same time, the king can be a strong man in a relationship. I don't think losing is the point. Like, I don't think losing is the point. Like, I don't think a relationship is a competition. Is basically what I'm trying to say. I guess that's where I'm coming from. So I just like to understand.
I'm gonna say this. I think it's pretty much self-explanatory, but I will say it goes to show that we haven't seen women be respected in their homes the way I wish women have been. Because when he says that, when Big Handsome say he worships the ground women walk on, I understood exactly what he was saying, right? And unfortunately, a lot of us have not seen our mothers be placed on a pedestal that they deserve to be on. We have not seen women be treated the way they were supposed to, a lot of us, right? And that's why the question or your confusion at the background is it exists because you have not seen women be appreciated, right? We have not seen men be grateful for everything that a woman contributes to their life, right? And that's sad. That is so sad. Fortunately, I have seen some women be treated fucking wonderfully. Wonderfully. And I'll never forget them. I just wish more people have seen it. But like I say, the backdrop is pretty much self-explanatory. I think she's the most important person in her home, the most important person in a relationship. I don't think it's about the man. I think it's about the woman who gives to the children. And that's it. That's really what my heart tells me. So that's the backdrop. Dazzle.
I'm not actually disagreeing with what you're saying, but what I'm having a little problem is where you say you forgot to play your role. So what role are we talking about?
So the role men play in their home is that they weaken the wife, they weaken their children by not showing any kind of care, by not nurturing the relationships inside their home. So it's almost like, and the reason I use the chessboard is because it's black and white, right? But it's like once, let's just say men have a woman, they have children, they have a family, and he's playing for the white team. It's like once he gets in a home with his woman, he goes over to the black team and start playing against his own family. He plays against his own woman in the home. He cheats on her. He lies on her. He manipulates shit. He doesn't communicate. He doesn't clean up after himself. When you do that, you weaken your own woman, right? She cannot protect you. So the reason y'all say that y'all don't have peace in the home, because you're doing everything to weaken her. You're making her susceptible to a lot of shit, right? So that's why men don't have peace in the home. You don't defeat the person in your home who's going to make you happy. You don't batter her down. And that's what men are doing, right? Not learning how to communicate when you got a person on your team. What is she going to do with that? She's going to bring you chaos. So that's why a lot of men have chaos in their relationships, because he doesn't know how to work with. So that's what I mean. He forgot his role.
I get that. Okay, that makes sense, and I agree with that. Yeah, but I just don't see it as a competition, though. Just so we're
I
clear.
don't think it's a competition.
What's that?
I know. I don't think it's a competition.
Okay, okay, I agree with what you just said.
It's not a I agree with that. It's not a competition. Go ahead, Charmaine, and then Snow Black.
Can y'all hear me? Yeah, because I was eating, because I was doing what you was doing, Story. I was eating a whole bunch of popcorn. So,
Listen, I'm eating this Raisin Bran. I'm so happy, girl.
right, I was sitting there chewing like a motherfucker. This shit kind of good. Like, yeah. So, yo, first things first, please, y'all, because this is ridiculous. It should not be this many likes. Y'all need to put this up. Put the likes up real quick. We got 353 people on here, so y'all need to hurry up and get them likes up for real. Please continue to gift your host and your panel. Nah, y'all, for real, that popcorn good as fuck, bro. That shit is good. I kid you not. I've been sitting here eating the popcorn, watching all the stupidity fall out. Like, man, y'all crazy for this. But yo, so let's start this off, right? What I find funny when we have these kind of conversations is that men get up here and they literally be centering themselves and be triggered as fuck. I don't know why y'all do that. It's no need. Like, if something bothers you that somebody is saying, y'all could just literally get off get off the panel. Don't even put yourselves on the panel. I mean, as grown adults, you should not be this triggered by something that's got you this butthurt in the eye for some reason. And then for y'all to come on here and say, oh yeah, well, it was something she said. Something she said, sir, she's the host. Why is you telling the host what she should or should not do? That don't make no sense to me. And you're lucky as her mod, I didn't try to remove you ASAP. Cause story will tell you, I'm quick to remove you off the panel ASAP. I'm real quick with it. So she should be proud of me that I actually been silent this whole time and ain't say the motherfucking word. Cause normally I be done dropped you fast. But I've been trying my hardest to let you say what you need to say and get it all out. But it don't make no sense. It really don't. And for grown men to be sitting there saying that, that's bugged. To another thing I want to add, big hand shouts out to you, man, for saying what you said. Because true story, you already had it correct. It is not easy for a mother, for a wife, for a woman to handle the entire household by herself. And the fact that you are doing the same thing that we've been doing for fucking centuries and you got it, I show you the utmost respect because at least you are probably maybe one of few men that finally got it, that finally understands what it is, what we've been trying to say for this long, that it is not easy for us. That's why this prompt is up the way it's up. That's why he said the way he said. He said the same thing we've been doing for fucking centuries. We don't get no rest. We don't get no peace. We don't. When it comes down to a lot of you men, y'all don't give us no rest and no peace. Y'all always talking about, oh yeah, we need rest and peace. What about our rest and peace? We're working hours and hours a day on end. Some of us got 1 and 2 and 3 children. Some of us can't even fucking have a sick day without a man screaming, oh babe, what's for dinner? Nigga, why don't you cook the dinner? I'm sick, bro. What are you, serious? Like, come on, dude. Like, let's be for real here. A lot of you men don't understand it because you don't get it. And for the fact that somebody would sit here and say to a man, I disagree with what he's saying, when the man just literally said he he gets it. That's why he got it. Because he's doing what we've been doing for centuries. We sit here and we take care of the man. We take care of the household. We take care of the children. We take care of the household bills. We take care of the food expenses. We take care of the electricity. Budgeting is a motherfucker. Yo, listen, taking care of making sure that everybody is fed, everybody's filled, the lights are still on, whether or not if the kitchen is clean every single day, day in, day out, 24 hours a day, 7, 5, 8, taking out the garbage on our own, making sure this is the stuff we're talking about. That's why she said that the household does not run without the queen. It doesn't. It doesn't at all. And when the king finally has to be the one to do it by himself because the queen is tired and she's about to get the fuck off and she's about to get the fuck out of here, she's leaving because she already had enough, because she's done. She's tired of doing everything herself and not having any kind of emotional or protective support whatsoever. Nobody wants to continue to be in a household with a motherfucker who only wants to come in because he made a paycheck and that's it. Nobody wants to continue to do that. If you can't be consistent in your relationship or your marriage, then you might as well get the fuck out of here. Don't be in the house no more. Stay out the house home. Don't do it. Because obviously you're not equipped or capable to understand you being a leader does not mean that, oh yeah, I pay the bills so I could come home and do whatever I want to. No. Being a leader means that you lead by example, that you have the ability as an adult to understand that if my wife is down, I'm willing to pick her up. If my wife is sick and she cannot be able to take care of the household bills or take care of the cooking and cleaning for the kids, let me make sure she can be able to feed her a bowl of soup so I can be able to help her. That's what that is. And a lot of y'all are not equipped for that. So I don't know how y'all get into these conversations with grown adult women and try to finagle us and try to pull a okie doke like we ain't never been in relationships before, like we ain't never done this shit. We've been doing this shit for centuries. Our mother's been doing this for centuries. I just praised my mother yesterday for doing some shit like that. And my mama had 3 C-sections, bro. She had 3 C-sections. And she was pregnant at the time and she was cleaning. And nobody helped her. So we're not going to do this. I respect that woman. Yo, for a woman that gets on my nerves and makes me the hella sick, I respect the fuck out of her, bro. Cause it takes balls for a woman, for a single mother with 4 kids, had 3 C-sections, to clean up a house, take care of the household bills, and do all of it without a man by her side. She didn't start living the soft life until she got married. And her husband now still respects her after the fact because he understood what the hell she had to do to get to where she is today. And they've been married for years. Until this day, he will still sit there and be like, yo, wife, do you need your meds? Yo, when the last time you took your medicine? She don't even ask him to do that. He does it on his own. That's what true dudes do. And I respect my dad for that, bro. Y'all dudes do not have no ability or understanding whatsoever, and it's sad. Y'all need to grow up. And Big Hands, like I said, I respect you, bro, for understanding what we've been trying to get men to understand for fucking centuries, kid. Because I swear to God, they still can't get it till this day. But I'm so glad out of all the men on the planet, at least somebody got some damn sense. I yield.
Thank you, Charmaine. Go ahead, Snow Black. And then Navy Cam. I like that. Go ahead, Snow Black.
Hello, thank you for having me up. I was kind of listening in and out, so I'm not sure if some of the ladies already addressed this earlier. But this tickled me. To the man who earlier he was implying that based off male logic, which men are the logical ones, he said that women have been participating in supporting patriarchy, which is why we have it today, and suggested that they have not been trying to dismantle it. And I feel like that statement that he made alone kind of just captured what a lot of issues between Black men and Black women are. Because if you follow that same logic that women have been supporting, haven't been trying to dismantle patriarchy, and women are the reason that we have this patriarchal system, then when we look at Black men, what's going on with the racism thing? Why did we have slavery? Why didn't y'all fight off slavery? Why are Black people still oppressed today? Why have you guys been supporting slavery? Why have you been supporting the oppression of Black people to this very day? And this is one thing that I've noticed with men's logic. If you put logic is like algebra. If you do it to one side, you should be able to do it to the other side. But it's not adding up. If y'all are the providers and the protectors, why didn't y'all provide and protect the women from slavery, from the oppression that we have been dealing with ever since? Why, when do you guys actually start the providing and protecting that you guys say that you do? And why is it only on if you do it, it's only on the level of whatever your nuclear or baby mama, baby daddy family is? And to the men, none of the men that I heard, and maybe, I was out, so maybe I didn't hear it. None of y'all said anything about that. And that is why I just kind of feel like I know you guys are not trustworthy and you're not really that genuine. The fact that nobody said anything about that. But if I were to come up here and just be like, well, Black men, why, when they were enslaving y'all, did you just get on your knees and open your mouth and listen to master or something like that? Then y'all would have a problem with that. Y'all would say, oh, that's male bashing, that's male bashing. So when is the logic going to be consistent? If any of the men can respond to that.
I could just be honest with you. I've heard this conversation of going back into slavery, and I could be honest. I was one of the guys who, when they bring up men going through slavery, I even said, man, how come they only talk about the men? They never mention how the women was, out there getting the R word in the fields. They always going back to how men, so I agree with you. We don't talk about what happened to women back in the day enough. So, yeah, I'm just going to say that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I noticed that too on this app. Go ahead, E-Dub. Oh, E-Dub, come on now. Come on now.
Oh, y'all want me to talk now?
Come on now. She asked the men on the panel.
I was gonna stay in my cave and just listen and learn. But I would say this about slavery though. No joke. I think women don't get enough credit when it comes to for what they went through slavery too. I am not knocking that at all. I don't have a problem with that. I don't. But you mentioned the patriarchy system, right? And like I say, I think because I've been around very successful, powerful CEO women, I think the patriarchy system is open to everybody. Now that's just my take because I've been around a group of women who participate in the system, who act like, to me, very masculine men who will tell you straight up to your face, I buy it, I purchased it, shut up, sit down, right? They have those traits. So that's just my take, probably because I've been around it for years. I didn't hear about this patriarchy system because like I say, they never mentioned a patriarchy system, right? They would just say stuff like, I know what I gotta do. I'm gonna handle this, right? Y'all mentioned the patriarchy system. This is the first time I've heard it. So I just believe the system is open. I think it's now, is it easier for you to participate in it? No. But I think it is open. I think you could participate in it if you want to, and nobody's forcing you. There's no, it's your choice. Nobody's forcing you to participate or not participate in it. I just don't think you just like the system and you just don't want to participate in it. You're just trying to find a shortcut. That's just my take.
But so you're saying
Oh,
women
sorry.
are trying to find a shortcut by being with men?
Yes, I think you're trying to find a shortcut to what you want without going through the patriarchy system. I do believe that because like I say, the women I've been around went through the system, got what they want, and came out on the other end. Anybody else, to me, this is my opinion, by saying that you can't participate is not true.
Go ahead, Snow Black.
I'm actually just gonna say this and be done with it. But this is why we cannot rely on y'all, and y'all are not providers or protectors. Because one thing y'all don't do is read. Y'all don't research. Y'all don't even know the words or the terms that people say unless it's like in a colloquial way. Y'all don't look up and see what is this system, what is this going on. And thank you for agreeing that Black men support slavery, they support the racism that we experience today, and they support the oppression of women based on your logic. Thank you Storyteller for having me up.
In it.
I appreciate y'all. Bye.
I'm sorry.
So Ida, my only question is, so most of the men that we know make, let's just say $50,000 or less. How is she trying to get something by pairing up with a man who makes $50,000 or less? That always bothers me.
Okay, I can explain it. I have no problem with explaining.
Please tell me.
Okay, cool. So what happens is I think so. Let's say a man, I know if a man makes $50,000 or more, you don't necessarily need his money,
Or less.
right?
We're talking about
$50,000 or less. I'm sorry. Less. I'm sorry. It's not all the time. I think the problem is money. You're assuming that, because I'm gonna be very honest. I was with a woman who made 7 times what I make, right? She didn't need my money at all, right? She needed my time, my effort, my energy. I held up the system in which the money flowed. Because if you're in the patriarchy system, you don't have time to be at home, right? You don't have the time. So you need somebody who's not in the system or trying to pursue the system to keep the system up that you really want to keep up, which is the home and the family, which you care about, right? Even in a man who makes $50,000 or less, you still need some type of support. You don't impregnate yourself. You need somebody there. Now, I will say this. I believe all men is helping in the home. The problem is we're not helping to the level that the women want, right? So what happens is technically, for instance, I would take cleaning, for example, right? I don't know any men who purposely go around messing up the house. And I'm not saying it doesn't happen, because they can. They can definitely go over, toss dishes on, clean it up. That's not the men I'm around. The men I'm around, when we conversate, 50,000 or less men, right? What happens is if I leave a dish and I don't pick it up when she says pick it up, then it's a problem. If I leave my clothes on the floor, right, and she passes by and I haven't got it in 5 minutes, it's a problem. So it's not like we're not going to do it, right? We're not doing it to your timing. And because it's not being done to your timing, therefore it's a conflict, right? We're not purposely out here trying to go out and oppress women by not doing what you want. We just want to do it at our timing, just like you want us to do it at your timing. So the men who makes less, we are participating in your system, right? We may not be able to financially contribute to the level that you like us to, but we are helping in some type of way.
So based on your, okay, so I get what you're saying. So you're saying most men are being, the relationships are not working out because they're not doing things to women timing. So then it would beg the question, and just hear me out.
Okay.
Why wouldn't you do it when she asks you? What is it? What is that resistance in you that says, I'm not going to do it because I'll get around to it? Like, why do you resist that? What is that resistance? I'm just curious.
Okay, cool. I can answer that too. I have no problem with that. I think what happens is, like you say, it's human nature earlier when I was telling you about our thing, we had the conversation. I think within the men, and this is, I will take this according to men. We don't, in our homes, if I come from a work where I'm not the boss, right? And I had a boss telling me to do something all day. When I get home, typically I don't want to be told what to do again, right? I need some downtime. I'll be honest with this. I need some downtime. I need some stress time. And here's the thing. I don't see as a man how a dirty dish and a pair of plans on the floor is affecting your life, right? I don't see it. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just telling you as a man, I don't see it. So therefore, I typically, as a man, would say, it's not hurting you in any type of shape or form. It's not bringing you any type of hurt or form to have it on the floor. So why are you so emotional about these two things?
Because a woman needs peace, and because she is the house manager. So in order for you to get the peace that you're looking for after spending 8 hours with somebody that you did not like, you have to go home and help out a little bit so she can guarantee you that peace. But I'm going to tell you essentially what he is admitting to, ladies. I say it all the time. The reason men do not think y'all job is important at work, and they downplay say you're a teacher, right? Men spend 8 to 12 hours at work with white men feeling inferior. They feel inferior while they're at work. That is why they have this strong urge and desire to come home and feel like a fucking king. Right? So that's what he say. Now, he's not going to say all that the way I'm saying it. But when they say, well, y'all just are educating kids, you're a case manager, you're a nurse, he's saying, I am with this white T man feeling like an imposter, like I don't belong. I'm questioning my blackness. Yeah. Then I gotta come home to your black ass and these black kids. That's how men think.
Man, I'm not saying that though.
No, brother, I'm not saying it's for you either.
Okay.
I'm just connecting dots the way I need dots connected in my brain, right? So that is how men tend to think. Now they're coming home to your black ass with these black kids, and it's important for him to feel like the boss. Like he couldn't feel when he was at work for 8 to 12 hours. He needs to feel that in his home. So again, we go back. I know. I'm just saying we go back. This is what we're trying. Now listen, I agree to some of this, but if that is what you guys truly want, right? Then you have to help her. She is the bridge to your fucking peace. She is the bridge to the peace that you want. And your resistance to her really should have been given to your fucking boss. That's why I say, I believe if y'all don't have a record by the time you 21, every black boy need to knock the shit out of somebody white. Because y'all be having this pimped up anger at white T men that y'all go home and y'all take it out on y'all family. I swear
I'm
to God.
talking about YT men too. I hang around YT men too. They have the same issue.
Hold on. Let's keep it quiet. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna come to everybody.
Too many people talking.
I'm gonna come to everybody. So that's why I say men tend to downplay our jobs, because at our jobs we're filled with joy, right? Teachers who are educators, black women who are educators, they may be stressed, but they get joy at work, right? The nurses may be a highly stressful environment, but you love your coworkers. You know the Karens to stay away from. Y'all can dance at work. Our men don't feel joy at fucking work. They don't feel joy at work at all. The majority of them. So I'm gonna let you go because then I have to hear from Navy Cam and then Aboriginals. So Edub, I need you to wrap it up because I have to hear from Navy
Can I
Cam.
get in after Aboriginals?
Yeah, absolutely.
Only thing I wanted to say is that when I spoke that about men, I meant I hang around multiple cultures. Cultures is among all men. Like if they would have a boss at work, all men do the same thing. I'm not talking about black men. I'm talking white. Most men in all cultures do that. I just don't hang with black. I'm around white men all the time. They are the same way. I hate to say it, but they are.
So the reason, so they are that way, but for a different reason. I do agree with you. They don't go home trying to be king of the castle, though. That's the difference. Hold on, hear me out. Everything in this society reflects them. The television, the marketing, the media, the financial institutions, they are the face of America. So when they go home, they're not fighting to get rid of fucking